The madman and the fool. The two types of people most likely to reach the pinnacle of success. Have you ever wondered why those labeled as crazy or foolish often achieve resounding success, while intelligent, rational, and calculated individuals tend to stop halfway? Ancient wisdom has long pointed this out through the saying, "Great wisdom often appears foolish, and great courage often seems reckless." But why does this seemingly paradoxical idea hold a profound lesson about success? Could it be that we have misunderstood the true nature of success? In reality, those branded as mad or foolish are often the ones who possess contrarian thinking. They do not think like the masses. They are not bound by conventional limitations. And, most importantly, they are not afraid of judgment. While society praises wisdom, they choose boldness. While the majority seek safety, they embrace risks to explore uncharted horizons. The world is not short of brilliant minds. But what sets game changers apart is not just knowledge or meticulous calculation. It is the willingness to act even in the face of uncertainty. Those who dare to take risks are the ones who rewrite the rules. This is not meaningless recklessness. It is a powerful philosophy of life. To take a step forward while others hesitate. So, do you dare to challenge conventional thinking to carve out your own path? Are you willing to break free from outdated limitations to chase a dream that others deem impossible? The answer lies within you. The essence of the madman and the fool is not in their lack of reason or poor judgment but in their radically different approach to life. While most people are shackled by fear and societal expectations, the madman and the fool act on instinct, unafraid of risks and indifferent to failure. This very trait allows them to achieve extraordinary things that the majority would never even dare to imagine. If you have ever heard the stories of geniuses who were dismissed as crazy at the beginning, you will notice one common trait: they had an unshakable belief in their path, even when the world turned against them. Recall the time when Galileo was condemned for declaring that the Earth revolves around the Sun, or when Elon Musk was ridiculed for his vision of colonizing Mars. It was precisely these so-called madmen who shaped history. Hello everyone, and welcome to Practical Philosophy, a place where we explore profound life philosophies and inspiring stories about success, personal growth, and the human experience. Our channel is not just about sharing knowledge, it is a journey to help you think deeper, expand your perspective, and find the motivation to push beyond your limits. Today, we dive into an intriguing topic: the madman and the fool. The two types of people most likely to reach the pinnacle of success. These are the individuals who fear no failure, ignore ridicule, and, most importantly, dare to believe in the impossible. What makes them different? Why are they the ones capable of changing the world? Let's delve deeper into this fascinating subject to uncover the answers. The fool. The one who isn't afraid to simplify. The fool is not bound by complexity or the pressure to please others. They follow their instincts, pursue their goals persistently, and are not swayed by hesitation or societal standards. But are they truly foolish? Or are they actually the ones who grasp the essence of life in the most profound way? In society, people often get caught up in the spiral of complexity. As we grow older, we tend to overanalyze, weigh pros and cons, and obsess over finding the optimal solution, to the point that we spend too much time thinking and too little time acting. The fool, on the other hand, embraces simplicity. They don't concern themselves with what is beyond their control. Nor do they get entangled in an endless web of calculations. They go straight to the point, do what they believe is right, and accept the outcome naturally. Ironically, this very foolishness often leads to astonishing achievements. Thomas Edison failed more than 1,000 times before inventing the electric light bulb. Others might have given up after just a few failures. But Edison didn't. When asked about his failures, he simply responded, "I have not failed. I've just found 1,000 ways that won't work." This is the power of the fool. They are not distracted by criticism or fear, but remain focused solely on action. Look at real life. People often admire those with complex analytical skills. Yet it is those who dare to act, who dare to try without being obsessed with perfection, that go the farthest. Steve Jobs was not the best programmer, but he understood that simplicity is the core of greatness. While the entire tech world was chasing complexity, he chose a foolish approach, creating products that were simple, intuitive, and easy to use. The result? Apple became one of the most influential technology brands in the world. So what is the contrarian mindset here? Sometimes, to succeed, you don't need to be overly wise. Excessive wisdom can become a trap. It makes you hesitate, fear failure, and ultimately paralyzes you from taking action. Meanwhile, the fool simplifies problems, focuses on what truly matters, and as a result, they move further ahead. In reality, most great successes in history come from those who dared to act, not from those who merely analyzed. When everyone is seeking complexity, the fool seeks clarity. When the majority fears risks, the fool keeps moving forward, unbothered by worst-case scenarios. Their persistence and ability to simplify challenges allow them to achieve extraordinary things. So what's the lesson here? If you want to accomplish something great, learn to simplify. Stop worrying about what you can't control. Stop overanalyzing, and instead, focus on taking action. Sometimes, to succeed, you just need to be a little foolish, persistent, determined, and unconcerned with external noise. Because in this world, those who dare to act are the ones who truly change the game. Madness and foolishness, two sides of the same coin of success. If the madman is the one who dares to dive headfirst into adversity, then the fool is the one who relentlessly stays on their path despite ridicule. One ventures into uncharted territory, while the other persistently cultivates their vision even when dismissed. And yet, strangely enough, these two types of people are often the ones who end up changing the world. Take a moment to reflect. Why do highly intelligent, cautious individuals rarely reach the pinnacle of success? Because they fear making mistakes. Meanwhile, the madman embraces risk, and the fool refuses to be discouraged by failure. They act, experiment, adjust, and move forward. Those labeled as crazy or foolish are often unshackled from the fears that paralyze the majority. There is a paradox in society. Those considered wise are often limited by their own intelligence. They see too many risks, analyze too many possibilities, and thus hesitate. In contrast, the madman has the courage to take the leap, and the fool has the perseverance to keep going. It is the combination of these two qualities, boldness and persistence, that forms the true formula for success. Henry Ford was once deemed insane for stubbornly pursuing the idea of making automobiles affordable for the masses. But it was precisely this madness that turned his dream into reality, revolutionizing the automobile industry. On the other hand, Colonel Sanders, the founder of KFC, was seen as a fool for tirelessly pitching his fried chicken recipe to thousands of restaurants despite countless rejections. Had he given up after just a few failures, KFC might never have existed. So what is the contrarian mindset here? The world often praises wisdom, but it is those who dare to act and persevere who bring about real change. If you want to achieve the extraordinary, you must think differently. Dare to be a little mad so you can step out of your comfort zone. And dare to be a little foolish so you don't give up even when the whole world tells you that you will fail. The truth is, no one can predict what will succeed, but those who take action and persist to the end are the ones with the best chance of reaching true success. So, will you choose to be the wise observer standing on the sidelines? Or will you dare to be the madman and the fool who takes control and writes your own story? Meanwhile, fools are often underestimated for their simple, unembellished approach, but it is precisely this simplicity that allows them to focus entirely on their goals, free from unnecessary distractions. The wise, the ones who often miss the rhythm of success. The wise, by conventional definition, are those who carefully calculate, anticipate risks, and make decisions with caution. But ironically, these very qualities often trap them in an endless cycle of hesitation and fear. Excessive wisdom can become a burden. The wise often foresee too many potential failures, which makes them more fearful than action-oriented. They worry about what might happen, about unseen risks, and as a result, they delay. Meanwhile, the world waits for no one. Opportunities come and go, but the wise are still analyzing, evaluating, and waiting for the perfect moment, one that never arrives. Imagine a magnificent ship, built with the sturdiest materials and equipped with the most advanced technology. But its owner is too afraid of storms to ever set sail. Meanwhile, smaller, less perfect boats take the risk, venture into the ocean, gain experience, learn, and ultimately achieve things that the perfect ship never even had a chance to reach. This is the paradox of wisdom. The story of the fearful farmer is a classic example. He owns land but refuses to plant crops because he fears there won't be enough rain. He has seeds but won't sow them, afraid of pests. The result? He never has a harvest. While others, who also face risks, at least have something to reap. So what is the contrarian mindset here? Sometimes, too much thinking becomes a trap. The wise often believe they must have all the information before taking action. But in reality, no one can predict everything in advance. Success does not belong to those who know the most, but to those who dare to act even when they don't have all the answers. There is a saying in action philosophy: 1,000 calculations are worth less than a single step forward. Look at the world's most successful entrepreneurs. They don't wait for absolute certainty. Elon Musk didn't have all the answers before launching Tesla or SpaceX. But he dared to try, adjust, and persist. Meanwhile, how many brilliant scientists and expert analysts remain trapped in an endless loop of assumptions and theoretical models? Now take a moment to reflect on your own life. How many opportunities have you missed simply because you overthought them? How many dreams have you set aside just because you feared failure? True wisdom is not about avoiding risks. It is about understanding that no path is entirely safe. If you keep waiting for the perfect moment, you will forever remain a spectator, watching others achieve what could have been yours. So what's the lesson here? Don't let your intellect become a chain that holds you back. Learn to think less and do more. Accept that mistakes are not failures but essential steps toward success. And remember, sometimes, just one courageous step can completely transform your life. Lessons from ancient philosophy. Courage and wisdom in life. The ancients once said, "Great wisdom often appears foolish, and great courage often seems reckless." Success does not belong to those who merely sit and contemplate, analyze, and wait for the perfect moment. It belongs to those who dare to step out of their comfort zone, who take action even when certainty is absent. But above all, success only comes to those who do not lose themselves in the process. The madmen of society are not those who have lost their minds, but rather those with extraordinary courage. Courage does not mean blindly rushing into danger. It is the ability to accept calculated risks. That is why those who take bold steps, yet understand what they are doing, often achieve great things. Look at the most successful entrepreneurs in the world. They did not have all the answers from the start, but they dared to try, to fail, to adapt, and most importantly, they were not afraid of ridicule. A man who dares to buy an expensive computer is not ignorant of money's value. Rather, he understands that investing in oneself is the most worthwhile investment of all. Wisdom, the art of persistence. Fools are often dismissed by society for their lack of sophistication. Yet in reality, they grasp the nature of success better than anyone else. They are not trapped in endless analysis. They are not paralyzed by the fear of failure. And most importantly, they do not lose themselves to societal pressure. A Zen master once saved a scorpion from drowning, only to be stung multiple times. Onlookers called him foolish, but he understood that compassion was his nature, and there was no reason to abandon it simply because the scorpion did not change its own. Likewise, those who persist in their path, despite ridicule and obstacles, are often the ones who ultimately achieve their goals. A contrarian mindset. Seeing the world through a different lens. The world glorifies intelligence, but in reality, it is those who act and persist who reshape the game. While the majority seek the safest route, the successful seek the most meaningful one. While most people fear risk, the madman and the fool understand that risk is inevitable. This raises an important question. Are you trapped in the paralysis of wisdom? Are you delaying decisions simply because you lack complete information? Are you so afraid of failure that you never even begin? If the answer is yes, perhaps it's time to be a little more mad and a little more foolish. Conclusion. Living with courage and wisdom. Courage without wisdom is reckless. Wisdom without courage leads to hesitation. To achieve true success, you need both. The madman teaches us boldness, the courage to step beyond our comfort zone. The fool teaches us perseverance, the ability to keep going when things get tough. When these two qualities merge, They form an unstoppable force. Life does not wait for those who only think, it belongs to those who dare to act, persist, and remain true to their values. So, are you ready to be a little mad and take a leap that could change your life? The Madman teaches us about courage. They do not fear risk or shy away from challenges. Remember the story of the man who dared to invest in an expensive computer, not out of blindness, but because he knew that inaction was a guaranteed failure. The Fool teaches us about persistence. Think of the Zen master and the scorpion. When asked why he continued saving a creature that only knew how to sting, he calmly replied, "It is the scorpion's nature to sting, but it is my nature to be kind. Why should I abandon my nature just because it does not change its own?" Society often ridicules fools, yet they are the most unwavering and loyal to their values. When others quit, they persist. When others doubt, they believe. And when others fear failure, they focus only on taking the next step forward. Conclusion: if you want to reach the pinnacle of success, don't wait for perfection, don't let fear dictate your actions, and don't allow the judgment of others to hold you back. The Madman teaches us boldness. The Fool teaches us perseverance. Both are essential qualities of extraordinary individuals. Life is an ever-flowing stream, and success does not belong to those who merely sit on the shore and observe. It belongs to those who dare to dive in, face the waves, and carve their own path. No one can guarantee that every step you take will be right. But if you never take action, you are guaranteed to remain stagnant forever. Remember this: the path to success always lies beyond your comfort zone. The overly cautious may hesitate forever, but those who dare to act are the ones who leave their mark on the world. If you want to change your life, dare to think differently, dare to take risks, and most importantly, dare to take the first step today. Thank you for being part of Practical Philosophy, a place where we explore the profound wisdom of life and expand our perspectives. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to continue discovering inspiring stories and life-changing philosophical insights. Share your thoughts in the comments. We would love to hear your story. There are no limits except the ones you impose on yourself. So don't let fear hold you back. Start your journey today. Living with courage and wisdom. Courage without wisdom is reckless. Wisdom without courage leads to paralysis. To achieve true success, you need both. The Madman teaches us about boldness, the willingness to step outside our comfort zone. The Fool teaches us about perseverance, the determination to keep going when things get tough. When these two forces combine, they create an unstoppable formula for success. Life does not wait for those who merely think, it belongs to those who dare to act, persist, and stay true to their values. So, are you ready to be a little mad and take a leap that could change your life? The Madman teaches us courage. They do not fear risk or shy away from challenges. Remember the story of the man who dared to invest in an expensive computer, not out of blindness, but because he understood that inaction guarantees failure. The Fool teaches us persistence. Think of the Zen master and the scorpion. When asked why he kept saving a creature that only knew how to sting, he calmly replied, "It is the scorpion's nature to sting, but it is my nature to be kind. Why should I abandon my nature just because it does not change its own?" Society often ridicules the foolish, yet they are the ones who remain steadfast, unwavering in their values. When others quit, they persist. When others doubt, they believe. And when others fear failure, they focus only on taking the next step forward. Life does not demand perfection, it demands courage and persistence to overcome challenges. The Madman may fail, but through failure, they gain experience. The Fool may be mocked, but through relentless effort, they find their path to success. The world is not short of intelligence, it is short of action takers. Success is not a final destination, it is the accumulation of every courageous step you take, fueled by belief in your chosen path. So, who will you choose to be on this journey? Dare to step forward, because only by moving forward do you truly live.